Hey guys, Fraser Hatyai, and welcome to the Fraser Hatyai show. As you can see, I'm just walking through Bangkok. Obviously not. I'm back in the UK now. A 2-month trip over here turned into a 5-month trip, and but I now have a plan to return to Thailand, so I'll let you know of that. So I thought I'd just do a little update video and let you know what's been going on. I haven't done a YouTube video for a while. I've been neglecting the channel a little bit, as you can't really make Thailand videos when you're not in Thailand. But I do plan on upping production once I return to Thailand. Right, so let me remember what I wanted to talk about today. Right, so where am I now? Right now I'm in West Yorkshire, England, and I've been here for 5 months. I came back initially as I was having problems with my education visa in Thailand and the university I was studying at. I just launched a new business which is registered in the UK, so I wanted to start up bank accounts and things like that. Thailand wasn't giving the vaccine, which I wasn't really that bothered about getting a vaccine anyway, but I predicted that, well, I'm not a genius, but I predicted that it's going to be hard to travel without one eventually, so I thought might as well get that while I'm over here as well. Get my Pfizer and get my 5G microchip injection. So I did all that, and then I was ready to go back. But then my brother's wife was due to have a baby, so I was gonna have a niece coming, so I thought, why not hang on and stay for that? And then I was like, if I'm gonna stay for that, why not stay a bit longer and stay for Christmas? So I'm doing that, and yeah, that's why I'm still here. And I'll be returning to Thailand on the 27th of November. So 25th is Christmas, 26th is my mum's birthday, and then 27 back to Thailand. So this time I'm back in the UK. I've not actually been back here for this amount of time for over 8, 9, 10 years. This is the first Christmas in the UK in 8, 9, 10 years, something like that. So it's been nice to be back. But which I'll get into later, I definitely would not want to. Coming back has made me realize living in Thailand and deciding to live in Thailand was a good decision, and I couldn't stand to live in England or any Western country really. Anyway, so what's my plan of return? I'm going to be going back to Thailand on the 27th. New camera, by the way. I'm not sure how good this is going to be. Been messing around with the ICO, the ICO, what do you call it? ISO. Fuck, I don't know much about cameras, but the white balance and stuff. It was really too bright earlier, so I don't know how this is going to come out. Anyway, I'm flying back on the. I'm out of breath. I'm so unhealthy. I tell you what, kebabs and Indian food while being back here has really messed up my weight and health. Anyway, fly back on the 27th. Find somewhere to stop and we'll have a chat. So I'll fly back on the 27th. I've said that 4 times now. Good at this YouTube stuff, mate. And then I'll arrive in Bangkok on the 28th. Check into my alternative state quarantine hotel in Bangkok. I booked the move and pick on Sukhumvit 15. 1 night there. Then I should get my COVID result and then be exempt from quarantine after 1 night. And then after 1 night I can do what I want in Thailand. So I'm going back on a tourist visa. I'll explain why in a little bit, but let me explain the process of going through all the paperwork to come back, because I've just finished doing it, and maybe there's somebody watching who's also planning on returning to Thailand soon. Let me just stand here. I'm not going to walk around anymore. So the first thing you need to do is get your visa. Although if you're only coming for 30 or 60 days, you don't need a visa. You can get 30-day on arrival from most countries. But if you want longer, then you're going to have to apply for a visa. The new e-visa system, where you apply for a paperless visa online in the UK, is really good. Who's that? Before you had to, for me, before you had to go to Hull, which is the closest embassy, you don't call it an embassy, consulate or whatever, to apply for a visa. And it was a day's job. But now you just apply online, and yeah, I applied the day before. My visa came back the next day. So I applied for a 60-day regular tourist visa, TR visa. I'm out of breath, fucking hell. A regular 60-day visa, which is extendable up to 90 days. And applied the day before. In order to get the visa, you have to show proof of flight booking, proof of hotel booking, proof of where you're going to stay while you're in Thailand, proof of funds, which is a bank statement. Doesn't clearly say how much you have to show, but I showed a statement. My bank account, I think, had about £2,000 in or something, and that went through fine. I think that's it. And then you have to print out a declaration, sign it, scan it in, upload that as well. The system's a bit funny, as you have to convert all the files to PNG or JPEG. It won't accept PDFs. I guess that's because the system automatically scans and picks up words from the images, but anyway. But I applied. It only cost £30, which I seem to remember Thai visas costing more than that in the past, but I might be wrong. Anyway, £30, that's 1,200, shit, what is that? 12, 13, 1,400 baht, something like that. And it came back the next day, so that was easy, and I got my visa. After that, the next thing to do was to book, make sure I buy COVID insurance, and print out my COVID vaccine certificates from the NHS in the UK, and yeah, and then go and apply for something called the Thailand Pass, which proves that you're exempt from quarantine. So applied for that. Again, it was an online system, a different website. I don't know why they don't do the visa and the pass at the same time, but whatever. And that took, again, I applied, and 3 hours later the pass came in. Again, you've got to convert all the files. I think a lot of people had problems with this because they're just not very tech savvy, or maybe they're just, I don't know. But as long as you follow the instructions, convert all the files, make sure your QR codes are snipped well and clear, high resolution images, upload them, and the system, I think it's just automatic. Upload your COVID insurance, evidence of your flight as well. The COVID insurance, I went with this company, and it was about 4,000 baht for, which covers me for the 3 months, which is expensive, but I went with it because it just looked like an easy. I didn't want to go for whatever, some other travel insurance, and then have to go through the policy and make sure it included the right thing. So I just went for a specific insurance designed for people applying for this COVID pass, Thailand Pass. Anyway, that went through. The next process for me will be to do a COVID test 72 hours before I fly, and then fly to Thailand, arrive in Bangkok, quarantine for 1 day, and then free to enter the kingdom. So I booked the hotel, but additionally you have to pay for a airport pickup COVID test package. So they pick you up from the airport, they take you to your hotel, they give you a COVID test, you wait for the result in your room. Once you've got it, you're allowed out. That costs an additional 4,000 baht, which is what, 120 quid or whatever. I think it's a bit excessive, but I thought it was included in the hotel price when I booked the hotel, because Move and Pick is like a 4 or 5 star hotel, so it's a nice-ish hotel. I think it was like 3,000 baht a night, or 2.5 or something, which is more than I usually pay when I'm staying in Bangkok. Usually I don't like to spend more than between 500 and 1,000 baht a night when staying in hotels in Bangkok. But anyway, I booked this hotel as I thought, just one night, get it over with, make sure it's going to be a good process and get me through the alternative state 1-day quarantine and into Thailand quickly. Am I rambling on too much? How long is this video going on? Alright, so that's the process for me going back. What else did I want to talk about? Why am I going on a tourist visa when I'm married? So I'm married by ceremony only. I've not actually signed on the dotted paper, so I couldn't apply for a marriage visa in advance for returning to Thailand. So what I've done is I've applied for a tourist visa, and I've already been going through the requirements that I need for the marriage visa once I get to Thailand. So once I get there, after the first month or so, I will apply to convert that into a marriage visa, which is possible. A lot of people think that you can't convert within Thailand. You can, as long as you make the financial requirements and all the other requirements in advance for the visa. Right, so that's my plan basically. Arrive back in Thailand, get married officially, apply for the marriage visa, and then I'll be good for a year at a time with just the 90-day reports. Yeah, I survived a long time in Thailand on tourists, non-Bs now and again when I was working for schools, and then education visas while I was studying and not working online. Yeah, I've kind of used up as many education visas as I can now. I could maybe do more, but like it just makes sense to do the marriage visa now. Anyway, so that's my plan. That's the reason for the visa that I'm going on. I think there are a couple more things I wanted to talk about, and then I'll wrap up this video today. Yeah, I'm really excited to go back to Thailand because actually I don't think I've been this excited since when the first time I returned to Thailand, 10 years ago. I finished university and I went to Australia to work for a year. My intention in Australia, why I went there, was to save money so I could come live in Thailand. And when I returned, when I took that flight from Australia after doing all those shitty jobs for a year, I don't know, I've never felt so excited. But I've got that feeling again now after being away for the longest period in 10 years. 5 months away from Thailand is the longest I've been away from Thailand in 10 years. So yeah, it's definitely made me realize I would never want to live in the UK ever. And I'll make a video about that soon. My next video, I will talk about why I no longer feel at home in Thailand. This time being over here, I felt like a foreigner in my own country, to be honest. And it's definitely, England is definitely not a place I would want to live for several different reasons. Alright, final thing, update on this channel. I have some really interesting ideas for videos when I come back. Not just for videos, for things I want to do. YouTube is a hobby for me. I don't do it to make money because if there's better ways to spend your time to make money, really. Ad revenue doesn't pay very well. Maybe if you build a big channel you can get sponsorships, but in reality the amount of hours and work that you have to put in to eventually get that ad revenue or that sponsorship or whatever, when you actually divide it and work out how much you're making per hour, it's pretty crappy unless you make it to like 1 million subs or something. So for that reason, YouTube is a hobby. I do it for fun, not to make an income, but I still have plans to make lots of different videos when I get back. One of them I don't think I want to announce it because it's quite a big project, but it involves all of Thailand, the whole south of Thailand, in a big project that'll probably take over a month to 2 months. I haven't told my wife about this yet, so anyway, this is a big project that I'm going to be doing, and there's going to be a charity involvement with a school in Cambodia and and also another thing as well, which I'm not announcing yet. Other than that, I really want to document Hat Yai in the south of Thailand where I live. There's not that many videos about it on YouTube, so I really want to share that part of Thailand where I've lived for the last 8, 9 or 10 years. Alrighty guys, so that's my update video today. I hope it turned out well on this camera. It's supposed to have stabilization and everything, this thing. And I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy guys, and yeah, don't move to England. Stay in Thailand.